Thank you. And thanks for the invitation. Amazing conference here in Zurich. My name is Arkadi, and I'm really excited to talk to you about housing, about Wunderflats, the flexible housing platform. And to start off, I'd like you to join me in a little short imagination exercise and follow my instruction for just 1 minute. I'll ask you to imagine 3 people in front of your mental eye. And to make that easier, feel free to close your eyes now for just 1 short minute. First, please imagine Anastasia. Anastasia is from Ukraine, 25 years old. She arrived in Berlin on March 24th last year. With her is Domik, her cat. Next, please imagine Wolfgang and Monika. Wolfgang and Monika are from Vienna. They are a retired couple. They just celebrated their 30-year wedding anniversary, and they now arrive back home. But what they see is not the home that they saw when they left. It's a black home. It turned black. There is smoke. There are firemen. There has been a terrible accident. And last but not least, please imagine Rajesh traveled to Bangalore, India, to the airport. Rajesh is 23 years old, and he just landed his first IT job in Paris. He's about to embark on a flight and embark on a new chapter of his life, which he has been working very hard to get towards over the past years. Okay, so Marco, could you check the clicker? Yeah. So all of them. Now it worked.
To be powerful, you know.
Powerful, stronger. Got it. So all of them have one thing in common. They stand in front of the next chapter of their lives, and they need to find the next place to call home. And all of us have been there. All of us stood in front of the next chapters of our lives. And even more so, all of us are following and discussing what's happening in the world and making our minds up how to interpret that. And while we might disagree on different things and analysis, we all know and deeply agree on one thing. And that's that change is the only constant in life. And wherever there's change, be it external or an opportunity we want to follow, there needs to be accommodation of that change. And often that leads to switching your home. And switching your home is much tougher than it should be. So sorry about that. So switching home is much more challenging than it should be. Access, time, and fraud are huge problems. If you're from abroad, you might not even have the documents that the local landlords require you to have. If you're from a city, you're probably expecting to request 100 apartments and then view dozens in order to maybe get one. The time investment is absurd. And last but not least, fraud. Fun fact, the Nigerian prince writing to you once in a while, he's not the biggest fraud in the internet. The biggest fraud of the internet is that apartments are being offered online and then people pay in advance, but then they don't exist. So switching homes needs to change. It needs to get simpler. And what we need is flexible housing. Flexible housing that adapts to the changes of our lives much quicker. So this is why we've built Wunderflats, the flexible housing platform. On Wunderflats, it's a fully digital marketplace. You can rent with verified landlords. For the landlords, the tenants are verified, and the contracts are safe and verified, which all enables one-click, safe, convenient renting. This is, when we talk about flexible housing, this is the rental housing that we talk about. And when we talk about rentals, it's about 30% of the people in Europe, which results in a 1.8 trillion euro market in terms of rents in Europe alone. And to tell you more about Wunderflats and how we approach this market, I want to tell you about the first rental. that we ever did. This is my co-founder Jan with his things in March 2015, and this is the story of our first actual rental. In March 2015, we had San Francisco entrepreneurs wanting to come to Berlin for the Microsoft Ventures Accelerator. We didn't have apartments yet in Berlin, so my co-founder moved in with me for 3 months. We cleaned his apartment, listed it on Wunderflats, they rented it, and opened the next chapter of their lives in Berlin with the Microsoft Ventures Accelerator. From that moment on, the growth journey of Wunderflats has started. I also really deeply enjoyed being a customer of Wunderflats because I also rented 13 different apartments on Wunderflats over the course of 3 years. Then I settled with my partner who didn't want to move that often anymore. And moving took me 45 minutes to pack up my things. I became quite a nomad. But what's more exciting is that finding the next place just took me 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if I was looking on many apartments online. I didn't need to view because the apartments are verified on Wunderflats, and that's the reality for 95% of our tenants. They don't view, and with that save a lot of time. We also use machine learning for matching, optimizing it a lot. And by now, I enjoy being a landlord. And the joy comes from the flexibility and solid financial returns that I'm getting. So the joy of being a tenant and a landlord also translates into a great business that we've been able to build by now with 170 people. From the inception, we had dynamic and accelerating growth every year. And 2023 is also, I'd say, our best year so far. We more than doubled our growth compared to the past, and we improved our bottom line by more than twofold. And we are headed well into the future, targeting to 10x our revenues over the next 5 years and to reach classifieds and marketplace benchmarks of 50% EBIT margins. But there is one more thing I want to talk to you about. I started with talking about Anastasia from Ukraine, and when when Russia attacked Ukraine, the same day we expected that there's going to be a lot of refugees coming. And we knew we had a platform with tens of thousands of verified landlords and the scalable ability to verify landlords and match people. So we decided we're going to offer our Wunderflats flexible housing platform for free and help as many refugees from Ukraine in Germany as we could. At that time, we were still just in Germany. By now, we're also in France and in Austria. So what we did is we helped 20,000 Ukrainian refugees to find safe homes in Germany and helped many people like Anastasia. And that has actually developed into more. So after having helped so many people in 2022, the German government understood what we're doing there and what type of scalable, resilient infrastructure we're building, which is why we've partnered with the German government, a big paid partnership that is saving a lot of costs, manual work, and impacts a lot of lives. And for the future, what we are envisioning is to leverage our flexible housing in more government technology use cases, in more social housing use cases, enabling the flexible housing in even more segments. So the world that we are imagining in the future is a world where you can flexibly rent your next home regardless of which change in your life you're accommodating. So I want to close by asking you to join us in growing Wunderflats, the flexible housing platform with a human touch. Reach out to me via email or WhatsApp, and let's talk. Thank you.